It's crunch time in the Prairies as the playoffs quickly approach. The Rush find themselves on the outside looking in. A win tonight is critical to keep their playoff hopes alive. Their opponent, only one of the hottest teams in the NLL, the San Diego Seals, who are rolling into town on a 4-game winning streak backed by a deep offense. A huge challenge awaits the Rush with playoff hopes on the line. It's the San Diego Seals and the Saskatchewan Rush, and it's coming up next. Live from Treaty 6 territory in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, it's the National Lacrosse League on a Saturday night as the Saskatchewan Rush taking on the San Diego Seals on Co-op Field inside SaskTel Center this evening. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Speed Ahmad with you. And what a matchup here. Playoff implications fully on the line. Saskatchewan likely going to need 2 wins to get into the dance, and San Diego looking to lock up second.
Certainly. Lots of implications tonight. The Rush essentially with their backs up against the wall, as if they want to keep themselves in the driver's seat for the March to May, they're going to need a big win tonight. Taking a look at the standings right now, Saskatchewan just a game back of New York, but in that massive logjam with Panther City, Calgary, Vancouver, Rochester, all in there. So a win tonight, Cody, would go a real long way in securing their playoff chances.
San Diego's offense got 14 against Panther City a week ago. Wes Berg has been fantastic for them offensively.
Certainly, and always likes playing Saskatchewan. He's going to be a big part of the offense tonight, as he has been all season long, 6th most in the league, 96 points, 37 of those goals, and always seems to be a thorn in Saskatchewan's side.
On the flip side, it's Robert Church for the Rush. Right there is 4 players in the league with at least 40 goals and 50 assists. One of those is Robert Church.
If you're the Rush, you need Robert Church to come up big tonight in the biggest game of the season so far. And he has been doing that for them so often. 43 goals, 94 points on the year. Last week in a very similar situation, 2 goals, 6 assists against Calgary.
And these teams against each other over the past couple of years have played some incredible lacrosse games. A lot of them close. That's got to be in the tail of their seasons this season as well.
Both teams have been in a lot of close games. Half of their games this year have been decided by 2 goals or less. San Diego, a more veteran squad, well, they're 5-3 in those games, while the Rush showing their youth there, 2-6 when it comes down to crunch time in those close games. Man, Saskatchewan season would be so much different if they could just flip a couple of those earlier this year.
Let's take a look at those starting goaltenders this evening for San Diego. Chris Ceriglieri gets the call. He's got a .958 goals against average and a .797 save percentage. 12 wins so far this season. His first season with the full-time reins. Across the floor from him, Frank Scigliano, his former mentor, will be between the pipes. Scigliano got 11.253 goals against average and a .771 save percentage with a 7-8 record on the season. Frank Scigliano playing his former team, and at the dot, Mike Messenger will go up against Trevor Baptiste. Messenger 44% on the year, Baptiste 72%. Ref is ready, ball is down, and we are underway on Co-op Field. Baptiste wins the face-off, flips it up top, right down the middle is Shoemate. His shot goes over the net, then he cuts through the crease. And so Saskatchewan will go back the other way. Scratches in this one. No Mike Mallory, no Cam Greniak for the Rush. Across the floor, no Drew Belgrave, no Eli Gilbrecht for the Seals. Saskatchewan wearing their green threads, white shoulders, black trim. Seals in white. Here's Mike Triolo with the ball. Flipped down for Robert Church on the roll, and it got stuck in the pad of Ceriglieri. Up the floor, San Diego thought about pushing it. Now they'll wait for Wes Berg. 97 points on the season. Hands it off for Chris Wardle, and Austin Stotts is the 5th forward off the bench. Stotts one-on-one with Jay. Those two very familiar with each other. Outside look is Dunbar. Flip it, Berg all alone, and he scores. Wes Berg opens the scoring 56 seconds in.
We talked about Saskatchewan needing to get off to a hot start, but instead, it's the San Diego Seals doing exactly that as you get Westberg one-on-one with a step on Isaac Enju, and that's probably going to lead to a goal from Westberg. I said it pregame, he's always come up big against Saskatchewan, dating back to his time in Calgary. There, Enju just blows his assignment. Berg blows by him, and after 2 good looks early, San Diego's already on the board in their first shot of the game.
Their captain with his 38th of the season as Baptiste wins his second face-off for the game. Baptiste only lost 2 a week ago against Panther City, mainly up against Tyler Burton in that matchup. Trey Leclerc, switch up top, sends it over to Govett. Down in the corner. Wardle, little spin move, pushed back by Bobby Kidd III. 7 on the shot clock. Wardle now. Push back, Dunbar way outside. Little dunk attempt there. It's going to go over the net. Messenger and Chiliano got to the back post.
We talked extensively during our radio pregame show about what a matchup faceoffs are going to be. At one point this season, Mike Messenger was down into the teens. He's worked his way back up to 43%, but Baptiste, one of the best to do it in the league this year.
Zach Mance to the middle, kicks it out. Triolo, a little bouncer on goal, and Riglieri makes the stop.
Both these goalies wanting to have a big night to prove. Your Chiliano proving that they made a mistake in getting rid of him. Your Riglieri proving that you belong in this league and have lived up to the numbers that you posted so far.
Westberg over to Wardle. Behind the net's Austin Stotts. Stotts, little fake spin away. Now he cuts inside to the net, bounces it wide, rebounds there, and Dunbar off the mark as well. Leclerc, loose ball, Berg, let that one go from way outside. Goes wide, and the shot clock won't reset.
Last time these two teams played, Austin Stotts had himself a game in Saskatchewan. Another one of those players that always seemed to bring his best against the guys in green.
Keenan for turn. Zach Mann's on the run, shoots on the fly, goes off a couple defenders. Loose ball still free. Ryan Keenan picks it up. Keenan now decides not to drive. Instead, plays a 2-man game. Walter's inside. Walter on the roll, denied by a Riglieri.
Clark Walter had his coming out party against against San Diego last year with a 5-goal night. See if he can come up huge again tonight.
Jake Govett up top, son of the Seals' former president, and Steve Govett. Westberg with it, 2 points shy of 100 on the season for Berg. Little flip inside. Leclerc takes it, and he's denied by Chiliano as a couple of Seals glide in the crease. Back the other way, Isaac Enju wants to push it. Church off the bench for Dodds, and the shot got blocked by Berg.
Great job by Berg getting back to wear that one. He knew they were down body, so he got big in front of the goal and may have taken away a scoring chance.
Other way, Berg will take this one. It's a pop fly. Jared Smith has it and up the floor as a teammate did. But he'll run it instead of passing it for Connor McClellan. Danny Logan was off the bench fast in reverse transition. Now it's Ryan Keenan holding on to it. 81 points on the year. Career high for him. Now it's Zach Mans again. Finds Dots, long range. Riglieri made the save, and Riglieri's going to Hail Mary one up for Danny Logan. Logan, 3-on-2 here if he wants. Ended up bobbling it. Going to have to regain his balance, and he will, back in the neutral zone where he finds Austin Stotts. 47 goals on the year. That's a franchise high for the Seals. Defended by Keegan Bell. Behind the net, Dane Dobie. Dobie with 5 on the shot clock. Defenders all over him. Behind the back, got the pass off, and they score. Dane Dobie. Maybe a missed shot, maybe a perfect pass. Nonetheless, Trey Leclerc dunks it home.
I think he knew Leclerc was there, Cody. We used to call that when we played on the old video games, the old shas. The half shot, half pass. Looks like he looked up just at the last second, recognized Leclerc was there all by himself. He goes horizontal and tucks it in behind Chiliano. Watch for that man behind the rush net. Teams have had so much success placing a guy there and really mixing up the rush defense. You saw it there. He was completely unmarked behind the net, and Trey Leclerc having himself a good season with his 21st.
Dane Dobie's got his 45th apple. this year as well. He was one of the first to jump ship off of Calgary after their championship and come to San Diego. And plenty have followed, including Wes Berg, Curtis Dixon, and the latest over summer is Kyle Rubisch, another member of a Western foe right here in Saskatchewan. The all-time greatest defender ever to play in the NLL, now wearing Seals purple and playing against the Rush. Clark Walter, far half wall inside Kazevnikov. Pass ends up on the ground. And Bradley with the scoop up for Brody Merrill. Merrill now 3-on-2. Stotts will pull it back on the restraining line.
Pre-game, Rubisch was all business. Didn't even say hi to any members of the staff or the team when they were on the floor for warm-ups. He was focused in on this one. He's not going to let his return to Saskatchewan distract him.
Dane Dobbie now. Room to shoot around a screen. Intends for a pass over to Leclerc. Messenger got in there. Couldn't force a turnover. Dobbie down low. Berg with it behind the back. Kick saved by Frank Chiliano. Frank Chiliano's second stop of the game is Ryan Barnable. Not about pushing the pace. Walter down for Keenan. Rush trail by 2. Ryan Keenan, little toe dragger around Logan. Got wrapped up. Call coming. Got the loose ball still though. Keenan's out of the corner. 7 on the shot clock. Robert Church, little back pedal. Far side. That's going to go wide and be an over and back as the Rush are heading to the power play with 9:03 left to go in quarter number 1. We'll tell you about it when we come back. It's the National Lacrosse League, live from Saskatchewan.
San Diego penalty, 2 minutes holding.
The March to May is brought to you by NLLstore.ca, a Fanatics experience, officially licensed everything.
Well, it's been no secret that Clark Walters with the Saskatchewan Rush has been having an incredible season this season, but he had an incredible game the last time they took on San Diego. He scored 5 goals in the game against San Diego last time they played, and it was 3 goals in the last 7 minutes of that game that was part of those 5 goals. So looking forward to seeing how he plays against San Diego tonight.
Presented by RS Breakers and Controls. Rely on RS Breakers and Controls to find all the right electrical supplies to meet your needs. Rush are 42% of the power play this season, 11th in the league. Ryan Keenan flips it for Mance. Keenan takes it, trying to go 5-full on Riglieri, who held his ground in the crease. Flips one up for Austin Stotts. The Seals have scored 7 times while shorthanded this season. The Rush have allowed 3 while up a man. Captain Wes Berg finds Wardle. Down to Stotts. 7 on the shot clock. Stotts a one-on-one with Jared Smith. Trying to get inside. High flip back for Holden Garland. Now Holden Garland wants to run. Here goes Holden Garland in transition. Kyle Rubisch, the lone defender back. Garland decides not to take it.
Probably saw the number 4 running out on the floor and decided not to go.
The Rush wanted too many men on the floor. San Diego had 5 guys out there for a little bit. Yeah, now the power play will continue as they get set up. Keenan's up top. Mann's on his right. Church for Mance. Down to Walter. Inside Church. Passes over his head. Dodds has it, second to shoot, and the Rush are going to have to leave it on the carpet.
Somebody didn't check the shot clock there for Saskatchewan. No urgency in putting that one towards the goal. I think maybe they thought there was a reset after Garland pulled it back, but mental mistake there for the Rush power play.
Berg's on the logo here. They can kill the next 15 seconds of the penalty to Danny Logan. Berg for Dunbar all the way up top. Dane Dobie has it now. Little fadeaway shot, and Frank Scigliano makes the stop, and he'll flip it out for Jake Boudreau. Boudreau will run with it now. Does it on the shot clock. Triolo's up top. 3-on-2. Triolo takes it, and Origlieri falling back on it with the right toe.
You tell that time, Boudreau signaling to the guys because he could see number 4, Rubish, still on the bench, so he was signaling for Triolo to jump in there and try to get a scoring chance.
Back to even strength. The Seals penalty kill 51% this season. LeClaire now splits the defense, trying to go 5-hole on his former netminder and Frank Scigliano, who drops onto it. You can see with Scigliano's jersey, it's a little different. It's for Every Child Matters Night. Indigenous themed, designed by Andre Armstrong. The Rush are wearing them. They'll be auctioned for charity as Zach Mance lights the lamp for the first time, and the Rush have cut the lead in half.
The Rush's three-headed monster is going to need to be huge against the second-place Seals tonight. Mans is one of the three. Mans, Keenan, Church are the three guys you're looking at. If you're Saskatchewan, they're going to come up big. Mans gets himself a little bit of time and space. He backs off for the defender there. Braden Bradley backs up, finds a little bit of space, steps back, and picks the corner. So there's the Rush responding after giving up the first 2 goals. It's Mans' 33rd of the season.
Well, the Rush said they got to use their feet if they want any chance of beating the Seals. And offensively, that means getting to good shooting spots, in which Zach Mans just did. Trevor Baptiste, another face-off win. 4 for 4. Govett with the ball, and Jewel defense. Dunbar down for LeClaire, 1-on-1 with Garland. LeClaire finds Dobie, does it on the shot clock. Back to Dunbar. Inside feed, LeClaire cutting through the crease, denied by Scigliano.
Huge save there by Scigliano. There's might be one knock on both of these goalies, and they don't come up the big athletic saves. They're going to make a pile of saves, both of them, but they're not known for the flashy, flash the glove out kind of stop. Scigliano proved that narrative wrong.
Mans inside, denied by Origlieri. Got his own rebound. Female defense, waiting for a little bit of help. He's got his defender on an island, though. Now Keenan comes in to set the pick. Little pick and pop action, but Keenan got pushed out. Defender read it well.
When the Rush are playing well, they have bodies in the middle creating chaos. Didn't have a single soul going that direction on that one. You knew that wasn't going to turn into much if you're a Saskatchewan fan.
Wes Burke, 38 goals on the season, opened the scoring in this game. Finds Dane Dobie. He'll flip it back for Stotts, who can't catch up to it. Here goes Boudreau in transition with Jarrett Smith. Boudreau throws it over for Smith, and the two of them got all tied up on a 2-on-1.
A little miscommunication as Danny Logan was approaching Smith to knock him off the ball. Smith didn't expect the pass, hence the turnover.
Those are chances you can't waste when playing one of the best teams in the NLL. Seals look to take advantage of the turnover. Berg's pass for Wardle caught him up high. And here goes Isaac Enju, blazing down the floor. Finds Messenger. He'll step into one that got blocked by LeClaire. Not going to feel good, and now Origlieri airmails one for Bradley.
We talked a bit about how Wes Berg has been big against the Rush, dating back to last season, averaging over 5 points again against them last year.
Ball got knocked free by Garland as Dunbar trying to turn the corner on him. Got his own loose ball, though. Back up top to Berg. Less than 10 on the shot clock. Austin Stotts now kicks it up top. Wardle from range. Punched out by Scigliano. Free ball in the middle. It's scooped up, and now Keegan Bell's going to have a breakaway. Keegan Bell, 5-hole scores! Pound your chest, Saskatchewan. Keegan Bell's got his 4th of the season.
And first against somebody he didn't used to play for. Keegan Bell coming up huge there. The 6'5", 210 Port Coquitlam native. The Rush want to run. You know they want to do that in this game, and they want to get Chris Origlieri moving. That's how you're going to beat this guy. Bell does both those things. He takes off in a sprint, flat out beats Shumay to the ball, beats Origlieri, and he gets him moving, gets him running, and that is the Rush according to plan right there. Leads to the big goal in a tie game here, Cody.
That's a player who has worked his way up the ladder. We talked with Jimmy Quinlan early, and I believe it was the Vegas game, the third one of the season, where Keegan Bell was scratched, and he was very upset about it. So Jimmy Quinlan said, hey, earn your spot. And that's what he's done ever since. Keegan Bell having a breakout season in the NLL. But here's Dane Dobbie, a perennial thorn in the side of Saskatchewan Rush fans. Over to Trey Leclerc. Back for Dobbie. Far side, stopped by Chiliano. And then Berg tried to poke it in the crease.
You mentioned Dane Dobbie, 6 points, 5 points against Saskatchewan. That's 11 doing the quick math.
Back to level ground, 2-2 on Co-op Field. Keegan Bell has the latest.
The official online store of the National Lacrosse League and the largest assortment of officially licensed NLL fan gear anywhere, with unique one-of-a-kind designs, team jerseys, and much more for every National Lacrosse League team. Don't wait. Shop now and get today's special offer. NLLstore.ca, a Fanatics experience.
RS Breakers and Controls, Canada's leader in new, use-tested, and obsolete circuit breakers, MCC buckets, bus plugs, and switches. We have everything you need to maintain your aging infrastructure, ensuring it operates as good as new. Our 24-hour emergency response gets you back up and running quickly, saving valuable time and money. Minimal generators or modifications needed, and like-for-like replacements mean no special inspections. Don't replace, repair your legacy equipment with RS.
Welcome back to Co-op Field at Sasol Center, and a bit of a welcome back for San Diego Seals. Kyle Rubisch taking on his former team, the Saskatchewan Rush. Of course, the Saskatchewan Rush is a team he played with and won 3 championships with the Rush, the last one being back in 2016.
Thank you, Sabine. Kyle Rubisch, the greatest defender to ever play in the National Lacrosse League, and now gets to make his return, although unfortunately for him, he might be the enemy, although him and Robert Church will share a bit of a laugh, as there's nothing more Saskatchewan Rush fans would want than to beat Kyle Rubisch and keep themselves in the playoff picture. 3:30 to go here, quarter number 1. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Speed of Odd with you. Live from Co-op Field inside SaskTel Center this evening. Patrick Dunn sends the rock up top over to Zach Mans right down the middle, and he scores. Double it up to Zach Mans, puts the Rush in front.
Zach Mans strikes again, 2 for 2 for 2 on that one. Zach Mans coming up big. We talked about it during our radio pregame. We talked about it a bit here. If you're going to beat Origlieri, you're going to do it by moving your feet, changing directions. That's exactly what Mans does here. He goes back across the grain while he's moving. That is so tough to stop if you're a goaltender, and he proves it there in the Rush on a 3-goal run there. Sorry, Cody, I was distracted by my own voice on that call from the 2016 clip.
Legendary. Number 34 on the air for Zach Mans. And boy, he does a lot on the floor, off the floor as well. Zach Mans, one of the players living in Saskatoon this year. And I'd say he's probably done about 50 to 60 community events. Great to have players like that back in the community as Adam J gets taken down off the face-off. And a holding call coming against San Diego. So the Rush are going back to the RS Breakers and Controls power play.
And it's Kyle Rubisch getting the penalty here.
San Diego number 4, 2 minutes holding.
So for the first time ever, he's in the visiting side of the penalty box here for Kyle Rubisch. Not happy with the call, but lots of laughs there as there's a little bit of a space there where fans can talk to him. Pretty cut and dry. He kind of jumps trying to the old WWE move to get control of the loose ball.
Ryan Keenan over to Zach Mance. Church back for Mance. Put him on hat-trick watch. Church to the middle. And it's behind Riglieri, but it won't cross the goal line.
Looked like one of those pool games you watch in the middle of the afternoon on TSN with the
Kellen
English that one
Leclerc.
had on it.
Kellen Leclerc saves the day for Chris Riglieri as that one snuck behind him. Now the short-handed killers come on the floor. It's Jacob Dunbar as Berg on the restraining line. Zips it all the way across. Austin Stotts fights off a D-man. Bouncer on goal. Chiliano with the save.
Starting to get a little rough here as Isaac Enju's on his rear end there after getting tied up with Westberg. Both sides play on. The Rush seem to do better when the temperature gets raised a little bit. You saw that last week against Calgary. See if that repeats itself here.
Church has Keenan up top. Lefty strong power play again. Church and Dodds are the righties. Keenan flips it. Mans takes it. And this one off the pads of Riglieri and picked up by Patrick Dodds. Clark Walter crease side. Mans now as Dodds cuts through the middle. Keenan down for Walter. He wanted to cut inside. Leclerc knocked down the pass, and now he's got the loose ball behind the crease. 90 seconds to go here. Opening quarter of play. An entertaining one, to say the least. Kellen Leclerc has the roller. Adam Jale defend. Leclerc, the former Ohio State Buckeye. 10 seconds left, he can kill off. And then there's about 10 seconds left on the Kyle Rubish minor for holding. Leclerc looking for anybody. Dumps it over the boards. Austin Stotts doesn't want it. And so the Rush will have 8 seconds on the power play to work with.
Get something set up, executed here quickly, or hope for some mass confusion. You know Rubish is coming out of the box, so you know you got a defender coming out of the box. Try to run something quick here from the Rush.
Here goes Robert Church. Quickly takes it himself, and Riglieri makes that stop.
Not often I'm right, but when I am, I got to point it out.
Trevor Baptiste up the floor. Bounces one back for Dunbar. Baptiste, the face-off guy who's reinvented his game over the past couple of years, and he's a regular defender now. Austin Stotts airmails one over the crossbar, and they got the reset, though. Frank Chiliano must have got a piece of that. So Riglieri's going to go to the bench, and it'll be 6-on-5 for the Seals. Wes Burke has Wardle up top. Down to Stotts. 6-on-5, 10 seconds left. Now they'll run their play. Dane Doby up top. Berg flips it. Leclerc on the back pedal. Now it's got Berg room to shoot, and it's off the crossbar. Wes Berg wants maybe another look at that one as he rings one off the center pipe. It won't go, though. And San Diego, after drawing a couple early, allowed 3 against the Rush. Second quarter coming up next from Saskatoon.
Next week, it's the March to May season finale weekend. Just 8 games remain with playoff spots on the line. Week 21 starts Friday night and continues Saturday with 4 games, including an NLL Game of the Week on TSN doubleheader. First, Colorado visits Halifax.
Shoots, he scores!
Followed by Panther City at Calgary.
What a shot.
The action begins at 6:30.
This September, history will be made. 38 national teams will compete for glory. Some have waited 5 long years. Others have waited their whole lives. For the first time, a men's and women's champion will be crowned. Witness history among the world's biggest lacrosse stars.
Welcome back. The Rush lead 3-2 against San Diego. We talked about Kyle Rubisch taking on his former team, the Rush. Frank Chiliano with Saskatchewan Rush is also facing off his former team, San Diego Seals. He spent 4 seasons in San Diego, and his successor, Chris Origlieri, has had nothing short of an amazing season as well. A large part of why he's been so successful and why San Diego has been so successful this season.
Well, the goaltending battle has been awesome. Chiliano with 8 saves, Origlieri with 11. Zach Mans has 2 goals for Saskatchewan in that opening quarter.
Patrick Dodd's back in the lineup with 2 assists for Saskatchewan.
A couple of Victoria boys there. Actually, when Zach Mans was growing up, his family lived with Patrick Dodds for a month and a bit as their house was getting some renovations done.
Small world, especially in lacrosse.
Mike Messenger off the face-off. Runs into a double team there, and Patrick Shumay, good defense on him, but then the Rush end up throwing it away. Back the other way, Gamble. Could have picked it up for a breakaway. Instead, runs it out to the Cornell alumni. Smart guy. Lets it roll through.
Messenger was trying to sell a holding the stick call, which is why he didn't have 2 hands on his stick and just popped that all the way back.
Austin Stotts out of the corner. Looking to tie things up. He's defended by Jarrett Smith. Stotts will drive. Room inside. Bounces one into the netting above the glass.
Smith might have got away with one there as his stick got up on the chops of Austin Stotts. Smith actually looked at both officials. No hands up. Winnipeg Jet gets away with one.
And the Rush have had 2 power plays already. So you know San Diego's likely getting the next one. Triolo with the push. Finds over to Mans. Mans has Keenan inside. On the roll. Trying to flip one for Triolo. The 6'8" forward grabs it. Running by Brody Merrill, who's stripped of the ball. 5 on the shot clock. Mans has it now. Looking for someone to help him, and he's ripped it into the corner. Rush are happy to go off for a change there, and San Diego can get 5 fresh forwards on the floor. Govett. Down for Burke. Open the scoring in this game. Outside, Stotts, little toe drag. Flips it back for Wardle. Ball's on the turf. Barnable tripped him up. Boudreau's got it, though. And Boudreau rolls it for Barnable, who didn't know it was coming his way.
Like you said, you can't be making mistakes like this against a team like San Diego with such good offense.
And now the Seals had 6 on the floor. I'm not sure Gamble got off in time, and that extra forward came out there. And so the Rush are going to a power play here.
San Diego minor penalty, 2 minutes legal substitution.
So they're in home. Jake Govett will be the one to serve it. Power play presented by RS Breakers and Controls.
It's so rare that you see that late too many men call. Normally it's at a substitution, it's bang bang. That one, it was clearly there were 6 guys out there. We talk about the Rush not being able to make mistakes against a high-powered San Diego team. Well, if San Diego wants to clinch second place, they got to sharpen up mentally as well.
Rush are on the power play 0 for 2 so far tonight. Robert Church leads the team with 16 power play goals this season. Another lefty strong look. Mans and Walter out there with Keenan. Zach Mans stepped down into one, got deflected by Shumay. Picks it up off the boards. There's Keenan, flips it. Walter trying to go short side. And Origlieri with a great save. Didn't bite at all, and he makes the stop on the short side. Keenan for Mans now. They switch it up with Zach Mans quarterbacking the power play. Flips it for Keenan. Pass was a little in front of him, though. Ball's on the ground. Kyle Rubisch in there trying to grab the loose ball. Walter got taken down. He's slow to get up, and a couple more slashes. They'll give the Rush possession for a push in the back, and that means a fresh 30 clock for this Rush power play here. Extended shift. Walter comes off. Triolo comes on. Unit number 2 on the floor. Triolo calls the play. Mike Triolo now finds Mans. Over to Church. Room to shoot. Inside. Bounces it wide. It'll stay in play, though. Mans has 10 to work with. Mans for Triolo. Step down into one. Goes off of Origlieri's hand and sits in the crease.
If I'm the Rush, I'm going righty heavy on the power play all day long. Let Kyle Rubisch take away one of the 2 lefties down low and let the righties go to work.
San Diego's penalty kill has been phenomenal. Oh, that's understatement again. Graydon Bradley leaves the team with 15 blocked shots. And this is a team putting their bodies on the line. That's why they got 12 wins this year. Messenger, he'll defend Stotts. Stotts trying to draw a penalty here. Won't come. Crease dive though, and Chiliano makes the stop. Now Leclerc and Jake get into it, and they're going to call one on Adam Jake.
They got one coming on Mike Messenger, too, for the hold across the crease, I think. I saw the arm go up before the fight with Jay. I think we're going to see one from Messenger. Stotts did his job, managed to draw one. I don't think we're seeing somebody else go. I think we're going to see Messenger and Jay go.
There's two.
So Messenger here, just as you mentioned it, Cody, Stotts doing his job, getting to the net, drawing a penalty, and getting the scoring chance. Chiliano comes up with a big save here. Then you get Jay stapling his man.
2 penalties on the play. Number 8 has 2 minutes holding. Number 47 has 2 minutes boarding. 5-on-3.
Power play presented by RS Breakers and Controls. We knew San Diego was bound to get some power plays coming up. Austin Stotts on a mission. Draws one on Messenger, and then Jay with a late hit on Leclerc. Got called for that. 5-on-3. Berg down for Leclerc. Flips it for Stotts, back to Berg. Down low, Doby. Good ball movement. Stopped by Chiliano, though, with the left shoulder. And now Jarrett Smith shoots the loose ball forward. Jake Boudreau's going to run up on it now. Jake Boudreau scoops it. Go 5 holes, scores! Bingo for Bowie! Jake Boudreau's got his 8th of the year.
3-on-5 shorthanded goal. You almost never see it, Cody. And now you're watching it with your own 2 eyes. The speed of Jake Boudreau. Leclerc tries to get back there, just kind of stops up for a minute. Boudreau picks his spot. He shoots. He scores. Jake Boudreau is going to be a star in this league, Cody Jansen. Proof of it is right there. 3-on-5 shorthanded goal. Massive for the Rush.
Rush still shorthanded for the next minute 38, but Jake Boudreau gave him a little bit of a cushion. 11:24 left to go, quarter number 2. As Bobby Kidd III and Trevor Baptiste get tied up there. You wonder if those two are teammates this fall at the World Championships with Team USA. Austin Stotts up top. His kidney plate is hanging behind him here. The refs are going to let him go, though. You wonder when illegal equipment comes into play. Dunbar. Pass got picked off by Barnable. Ryan Barnable now a swim move. He'll run into a triple team, though, waiting for help. Airmails one over. Bobby Kidd III, perfect positioning. Kids, watch where he went, because that's the perfect release valve, and Barnable didn't have to think twice about where he was putting the ball.
Well, and great awareness by Barnable. You could tell he got the eyes as big as dinner plates. He probably wanted to do what Jake Boudreau did, but the awareness to back out was great.
Clark Walter now hauled down by Kellen Leclerc as the shot clock's going to expire. Rush have to get their defense out there quick as Wes Burke got off the bench awfully quick. Trey Leclerc now. He'll stay up top on the logo. Stotts inside. Doby's there, and it's off the post. Stotts now back for Doby. I think he was wanting a challenge. I'm not exactly sure. He was pointing and waving. But they'll get reset here. 15 seconds on the 5-on-3. Stotts denied. Loose ball scooped up by Enju. Flipped one. And Doby has it now. 3-on-1 for the Seals. Back for Berg. Quick stick robbed. Chiliano going left to right. Denies Berg.
Great job there by Dunbar. Jacob Dunbar, the Surrey product, forcing that turnover, which led to just a 10 out of 10 save from Frank Chiliano.
Mike Messenger with it now. Fresh legs into the box. Flips it for Dodds. And the Rush bring a little life back into this building after a 5-on-3 penalty kill against the 3rd best power play in the National Lacrosse League.
Exclamation point, the Jake Boudreau goal as well. 3-on-5. This building's come back to life, Cody.
Berg up top. Down for Dunbar. Seals always dangerous. Averaging just under 12 goals per game. Doby. Spin move. Far side. Denied by Chiliano. Loose ball scooped up by McClellan. Stick around his chops. And the ref says play on. Less than 9 to go now in the opening half. Saskatchewan got one from Boudreau this quarter. It's the lone goal of quarter number 2. Church in the corner. Trying to flip it down. Goes off Kazevnikov and rolls to a Riglieri.
So far, Cody, we talked to Frank Chiliano post-game last week. He said he had this one circled on his calendar. He wanted to come up big against his former team. So far, so good, and I'm hoping I didn't broadcast or jinx him on this possession.
Chris Wardle with it, traded at the deadline from Colorado. Dunbar now to the middle, defended by Keegan Bell. Dunbar, a little inside, outside, long range. Chiliano drops onto it. Chiliano wanted to get to the media timeout. The ref said, no, you're good.
Which you don't want to do. There's a delayed penalty coming up here to San Diego, Cody, as well. Chiliano giving him a chance to go 6-on-5.
Good eye by Triolo, as he was the one who told Chiliano, hey, let's go 6-on-5. There's a call coming up here. So the Rush will get set up, man up here. 8 on the shot clock. Robert Church with a flip inside. Man's trying to go BTB. I believe that was Dodds. Caught a turf monster there as he falls to the ground, trying to get a rebound, but Saskatchewan, after a big penalty kill, going to the man advantage, and Jake Boudreau has put the Rush up by 2.
San Diego, number 18.
The March to May ends here as week 21 is highlighted by a TSN Game of the Week doubleheader. First, Colorado visits Halifax, followed by Panther City at Calgary. The action begins at 6:30 Eastern.
Rush going to the power play here. It's presented by RS Breakers and Controls.
We take a look at the call on Wardle, that being of the holding the stick variety. Kind of happened behind the play on the way past, as he did the old chicken wing move to his opponent and holds down the stick. It comes flying out. The forensic evidence is there. You don't need Caruso to find it when the stick's on the ground. Easy call here for officiating crew, and the Rush hoping to strike on the power play for the first time tonight.
4th power play of the game for Saskatchewan. Another lefty strong look here. Keenan's up top, Mans and Walter the other lefties. Mans has it. Walter's behind the net now. Little pass inside, goes up for Church. Robert Church now finds Mans. Back to Church inside. Keenan, ball got stripped by Kyle Rubisch.
That's why you got to go righty heavy if you're the Rush. I get it. Some of your biggest players and the guys you want to get going are lefties. But with Kyle Rubisch there, he's just going to do things like that. He just completely took away Ryan Keenan on that power play. Go righty heavy, move the play away from Kyle Rubisch, because that's what teams used to do against the Rush when he was on them.
Rush have a shorty already in this one. Seals looking for one of their own. It's Stotts off the bounce. Messenger pushes them back. Stotts still with it. Little fade away. Hammers one into the board as the shot clock expires.
I love that Stotts matchup against Mike Messenger. Two big boys who don't like each other very much, going blow for blow in this one.
Robert Church still pointless in this game. The Rush have got half their goals in transition. Mans has the other 2. Church for Keenan. Back for Keenan. Down lows Walter inside. Church on the quick stick, denied by a Riglieri. Good save there as Church gets a healthy whack from his former teammate Kyle Rubisch. Church up top. Keenan will take it. Shot got deflected. I believe that was Shume up top. Got his arm on it. Keenan again. Flips it. Church, she'll take it. Bradley might have got a piece of it. Riglieri doesn't allow a rebound, though.
San Diego has absolutely bought into everybody blocking shots in this team. It's not just the defensemen. We saw it earlier with Wes Berg. We've seen Stotts do when he's been caught back. Everybody puts their body on the line to keep the ball from getting towards the goal.
West Park happy to kill off some clock here as they're back to even strength in a couple of seconds. Dunbar fires it over to Dobie. Him and McClellan hacking and whacking at each other as the shot clock expires. And that words will be continued as they go to the benches there. Connor McClellan, well, maybe not huge in stature, he is not afraid of anyone.
Certainly not.
Mike Triolo finds Ryan Keenan. Down for Mans. Mans back to Kazevnikov. Kazevnikov can't get around holding. Up top, it's Mans. Zalota high off the mark. Walter's going to drive. Got bottom side to the net, and he scores! Clark Walter hits the turbo, and he's got 18 on the year.
Career year for Clark Walter, and that's not just in the mustache department. Walter sees his defender hesitate just for a second and turns on the Jets, looking like Sonic the Hedgehog for a minute, flying past his defender. Gamble, that's tough on the penalty kill right there. If you're Gamble, you got to cover two guys at once. Walter recognizes that as Gamble just takes a step forward, and he drives hard to the net. That's what Walter is known for. And again, he's known for success against the San Diego Seals. Last season, a 5-goal game against San Diego, and he's got one tonight here. I believe it came just at the dying moments of the power play there, Cody. They are going to say the penalty had expired, so it's not a power play goal, but the other man wasn't quite out of the box just yet. Power play adjacent, we'll call it that.
Clark Walter, a big goal, and against San Diego, second time he's played him, 6th goal against the Seals.
Is that good?
San Diego will look for a response now. 5:10 to go, quarter number 2. Trina LeClaire up top on the strike. Austin Stotts. Pick got set on Jared Smith. Doesn't have a stick. Stotts let it go. Rebounds in front. And Jake Boudreau's got the Lucy. Transition. The Rush are going to run it here. Boudreau finds Smith. Smith loaded high. Scores! The Winnipeg Jet rips one home. And Jared Smith has his 3rd of the season.
We knew coming in the Rush were going to want to run. When you're a young athletic team, that's how you beat the big boys on the block. Jared Smith runs all the way up. Him and Boudreau again in transition. Boudreau with the assist. Smith stops, waits for Bradley to come over, almost uses him as a bit of a moving screen, picks the corner, goes low to low. Ariglieri didn't see it, and Smith scoring one. I mean, I'm sure he took lessons from his Winnipeg Jets, who hung an absolute big one on the Colorado Avalanche this afternoon. The Winnipeg Jet getting in on the fun today, Jared Smith.
One of 2 Manitoba-born players in the National Lacrosse League. As the Rush are going to face off with Bobby Kidd III, the loose ball as well. The Rush are going to be in this one. They're going to be competitive in the loose ball category. Inside, Walter. It was behind Riglieri. I think he got that with his left hand. We need a replay of this, because if he got that with his left hand, someone call Sports Center. Chris Riglieri, a huge stop to keep this a 4-goal game. Have a look at this.
My goodness.
Welcome back to Co-op Field here at SaskTel Center in Saskatoon. The theme for tonight's game here in Saskatoon is Every Child Matters. And you'll notice that the players with the Saskatchewan Rush are wearing special jerseys that were designed by local Indigenous artist Audrey Armstrong, who incorporated a number of important elements from her Cree culture into the logo of the Rush. She features eagle wings, which are supposed to represent the strength of the eagle and the team to fly high. There's also the 6 white dots representing Treaty 6 territory, where Saskatoon is currently on. These jerseys are going to be auctioned off live after the game. There's 7 days to bid on them. Cody, John?
Thanks, Sabine. That auction already live on the Rush's website. I snagged myself a t-shirt as well, as I know that the great fans in Saskatchewan are definitely going to outbid my income level for these jerseys.
Rush on a 6-0 run in the last 17 minutes. The Seals look at a snap down. Here's Austin Stutz, far side. Boy, his shot when it hits the board is as loud as anyone's in the league. He has an absolute cannon. Adam Jay in transition over to Jared Smith. This time trying to go far side. And Origlieri drops into that 1 knee down sink.
Close to making it too, but Origlieri feeling good after that crazy save with his left hand from behind his pantaloons to end right before our commercial break.
The Seals get back in this one. Remember that sleep. Hint, hint, TSN turning point. Jacob Dunbar, little flip inside. Berg takes it. All goes wide. It's back up for Dunbar. And he was looking for a pass before he caught the loose ball.
Yeah, the old mistake of not making sure you got it before you secure it. Kids watching this one, make sure you get it, then look for the pass. He had his eyes wide open. It looked like there might have been an open man down in Rush territory.
Ryan Keenan for Clark Walter. His 1 goal already. It's over to Robert Church. Church now down low for Mance. Zach Mance, he's on hat-trick watch. On the roll, pulling right in the logo. Walter on the rebound, trying to go to his backhand.
Almost pulled it off there, did Clark Walter. The athleticism to go airborne and try to go backhand short side. I started dialing the numbers for Sports Center. Was about to hit push if he had buried that one.
Westberg, 1 goal already in this game. Dane Dobie outside, pushed back by Bobby Kidd III. 2-time NLL champion. Dobie up top for Stotts. That got denied by Chiliano. And out Jared Smith scooped up the loose ball, but Dobie was taken to the turf.
Yeah, he's getting it.
Steals ball.
Yeah, getting into it a little bit with Holden Garland knocking down the big man in Dane Dobie. Make sure he's marked. Last year, 3 games against Saskatchewan, 17 points for Dobie.
Berg down for LeClaire. 2 goal scorers for San Diego. 15 on the shot clock. Boudreau defend. Austin Stotts does it on the shot clock. Stotts, little swim move to the net. Bouncer goes wide. LeClaire's got it. 3 to shoot. Westberg from outside. Save made by Chiliano, and that's a great shot on goal because they get the reset.
You could hear Chiliano. You picked it up really clearly with the crowd mic here. He almost grunted like, I should have kept that one in play after that one out and gave San Diego the reset.
Yeah, well, when someone shoots as hard as Westberg, it's not that easy. There's a reason he's got 38 goals this season. Dane Dobie with it out, trying to spin away from Jake. Flips it up top. Jake Boudreau steps in to guff it. Berg, the Dunbar on the roll. Chiliano out on the top of his crease. Conley made the save, but the Seals, loose ball menaces right now, have another one. The offense is getting their looks, and it's only a matter of time. Dunbar on the logo. 90 seconds to go in the opening half. Berg. Govett. Back for Berg. Room to shoot on the roll. Denied by Chiliano. Loose balls on the ground, and none of the Rush defenders saw it for a second. Boudreau has it, and he'll float one up for Garland. Here goes Holden Garland on a break. Up top, and he's stopped by Origlieri.
How did he still have the energy to step on the gas there, Cody? That was just back-to-back-to-back possessions.
3-on-2 the other way. Pass intended for Berg. LeClaire's in the middle. Loose ball still free, and Barnable trying to kick it back into the neutral zone. Still free game on the floor. LeClaire now pushed into the benches, and the Seals, They're going to say they had control and got a timeout in.
Smart call here by the Seals to take their timeout when they had an opportunity as that ball was bouncing around. But I guess if you call them timeout as soon as it's there, Cody, one of those, get it. You don't have to have it for very long. You just have to have it. Call your timeout, get your reset, because everybody on the floor right now needs to take a breather after an absolute chaotic final couple minutes there.
Coming up at the half, highlights analysis, so we check out the out-of-town scores from around the league. A lot of big numbers getting put up as you see the coaches grab their clipboards here. We talked about how physical it is. Jimmy Quinlan, Pat Merrill, well, they're no strangers. The two of them played in the Battle of Alberta and actually fought in the mid-2000s as members of the Edmonton Rush and Calgary Roughnecks.
As you can see Jimmy Quinlan right now on your screens, telling his players as soon as you get the ball, your turn to call timeout. Doing so because you got 42 on the shot on the game clock. San Diego is now going to have a full 30 on the shot clock. Presumably, you get the ball, you're going to be able to run a 6-on-5 here before the half, while in the midst, ideally, of a 6-goal run.
Jacob Dunbar will start with the ball. 16 points so far this season for the British Columbia Products. Part of the future here for the Seals. They got some young stars in this lineup as well. Don't let their average age fool you. Berg's on the roll. Quick shot on goal. Dobie wide open. Rebound denied by Chiliano. And now the Rush will have a loose ball and get a timeout in here.
As soon as Messenger had it up over half, got the timeout called. And if you're the Rush, thanks to an incredible save by Frank Chiliano, they're able to do exactly what their coach was telling them to do and get your timeout here. Rush are now going to have an opportunity to go 6-on-5 here to end the half.
Defensively, though, Jeremy Talevy and company cannot love that look there. As Dane Dobie, you give him a freebie in front. That's practice.
Yeah, it's not often that you ever see Dane Dobie miss that one, especially against Saskatchewan. What a save here. Nobody on the loose ball. Chiliano dropping, gets his left arm up. And he had this game circled on his calendar. He told us post-game last week, and he's come to play. 23 shots for the Seals. I'd say about 12 of them, Cody, are like legitimate grade A scoring chances. And he has come up big with 21 saves so far here. And now the Rush a chance to extend their run to 7 goals here. 26.3 on the game clock, 28 on the shot clock here. Ideal situation for Saskatchewan heading to half.
Let's also not forget about the guy at the other end. Chris Riglieri has made 3 or 4 10 belt stops for the Seals here.
Oh, certainly, Cody. Goaltending battle in this one, even though the scores got 6 for the Rush.
Fun lacrosse as we're in the second last week of the regular season. Rush will go 6-on-5 here to close out the opening half of play. 3 lefties, 3 righties. Ryan Keenan with the rock. Behind the net's Walter. Trying to go in front. Ball got knocked down by Bradley. Triolo now. Bouncer on goal. Rebound for Mans. And Origlieri. 1, 2. Big stops to close out the half. The Seals. Well, after that one, you're probably happy to be exactly where you're at. As the shots on goal probably going to be in the 25 to 26 range for Saskatchewan. Meaning Origlieri is going to finish the half with about 20 stops. None bigger than that because they get the knockdown, and you would have thought that Mike Triolo's opportunity there would have been the last one. He's got to make another stop after it.
Oh, certainly. Zach Mans, Johnny on the spot there for the loose ball, getting one last attempt. The speed of his hands and his ability to go from his offside to his shooting side like that, great chance here as we go down to Sabine with head coach Jimmy Quinlan.
Coach, how do you keep San Diego off the attack in the second half here?
I mean, it's not an easy task, obviously. I think for us, we got to get going offensively. I know we got 6, but a lot of it's been in transition. We got to shoot the ball better, and we just got to, play like our lives are on the line, which they are.
Well, it's a battle of goaltending right now as well. What are you happy to see out of Frank in the goal?
well, he's making all the ones he's supposed to, and then a lot of the ones he's not. And so we got to clean some things up in front of him. But again, your goaltender is so vital in this league, and we've got a great one in Frankie.
All right, thanks so much. Cody?
Thank you, Sabine. Saskatchewan, San Diego. Putting on a heck of a show here on a Saturday night in Toontown. This has been an absolute battle. The Seals scored the first 2. The Rush responded with 6. Halftime coming up next. Back in Saskatchewan, it's Saturday night in the National Lacrosse League. Every Child Matters night here on Co-op Field inside SaskTel Center. Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Sabine Ahmad with you this evening as the Rush fighting for their playoff lives. Put up half a dozen in the opening half of play after San Diego got off to a really good start, and I think that just shows these two teams, despite being 7 places different in the standings, aren't that far apart.
Well, we saw it in the pregame when we were talking about how half of their games have all been decided by 2 goals or less this season, right? If you're the Rush, you get a bounce go one way, a loose ball go the other. Maybe your record's a little different, but so far in this one, like we talked about, San Diego came out early, really sucked the wind out of the building as Westberg doing Westberg things. Both the goals came early, but instead it was Rush, and it was Riglieri. He came up big there to kind of keep the momentum for San Diego. And I thought, honestly, Cody, a couple minutes into this one, this might be a runaway for the visiting Seals. And then all of a sudden, the Rush, they started to run. The track meet started. Keegan Bell, he's got one there in transition. Zach Mans, we talked about the 3-headed monster for this Rush team. He's the only monster offensively, the rest of the goals in transition. Jake Boudreau, that one brought this building back to life. That was a 3-on-5 goal for Boudreau, followed up with a couple big saves by Frank Chiliano on some of the big guns here from San Diego to keep that Rush run going. Clark Walter, 5 goals against them last time they saw him. How about 1 tonight? Tons of athleticism here by the Rush. You're not seeing the usual names you're used to. A guy like Jared Smith, just his 3rd of the season. Walter again, almost having that one, but I don't know how Riglieri stops that. He had to go right behind himself with his left hand. I'm trying to do that up here in the booth, Cody, and I feel I might throw my back out and be out for the season.
Yeah, there were some great saves at both sides. The Rush ended up outshooting San Diego 25-24. Trevor Baptiste at the dot, 1-7 faceoffs to Saskatchewan 3. Both power plays open San Diego had 2 attempts. It was a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes. They actually allowed a goal on that. Saskatchewan on the power play. That's one thing where the Seals' penalty kill has really stepped up. They killed off 4 Saskatchewan power plays, loose balls. The Rush have that advantage by 4 in turnovers. The Rush have turned the ball over a little bit more than the Seals. All right, 6-2 Rush. Link. Back with more at the half. Well, the National Lacrosse League, week number 20 got underway last night. Philadelphia beat Colorado 16-12. That actually helps their draft standings as they have Colorado's first round pick. So the Wings pick up a win and help their draft stock tonight. Couple of thumpings. Toronto runs over Rochester 13-6. The Nighthawks out of the playoff picture. Buffalo tops Calgary 14-7 in front of a sold-out crowd there at KeyBank Center. Going on first quarter, Vancouver and New York 0-0. Vegas and Colorado tied at 0 as well. Tomorrow afternoon, a nice little Sunday fun day. If you're sick of the Masters, watch some lacrosse. Panther City taking on Albany. And if you're a Rush fan, you're cheering for Albany in that one because the Rush at 8-10, you couldn't get in. Not if Panther City wins, because for the Rush, that's who, it's just one of those teams that they can bump you out of the standings if the Rush don't win out. Obviously, Jimmy Quinlan said, we got to win out here to almost guarantee our playoff lives. And that's where they're playing like so far. Yeah, it was a rough start, but they've set themselves up for a bit of a playoff push here.
Well, and they did the same thing last week. You had an opportunity where if you lose to Calgary, it's basically over for you. They get to stay in the driver's seat with a win against Calgary here at home, and so far they've come out like they want to win this one and keep in that March to May, that playoff mix, that playoff contender. And so far, the other scores tonight going their way with Rochester dropping 1 to Toronto, with Buffalo beating Calgary. Now, Rush fans just got to go out and start buying Albany Firewolves jerseys.
Yeah, someone's got to do that there. As the Rush sitting out of a playoff picture right now. Toronto holding that top seed. They take on New York if playoffs were to start today. Across the floor, San Diego would take on Panther City. Boy, that would be a good one. Those two teams played a thriller a week ago. Albany and Halifax. Be a good matchup as well. Georgia, Buffalo. Weird seeing the Bandits that far down in the standings, but that's how they would look if the season ended right now. Obviously, it's a unified standings, 1 through 8. So if it was East and West, the Rush would be laughing. They'd be sitting in 3rd spot right now. But unfortunately, well, the tides have turned. And after tomorrow's game with Albany and Panther City, that's the key game to watch for in Week 20. Week 21's got some dandies.
Yeah, Panther City going into Calgary. As you mentioned, that's one of the teams that the Rush are looking up at. New York takes on Albany. Saskatchewan, we're going to take on Toronto right here at SaskTel Center. That's going to be a big one. Vancouver takes on San Diego, the other opponent tonight. That's looking ahead to
let's be realistic here. There is a key game, and that's the Mark Matthews return game in Saskatchewan. Everyone's going to have their eye on that. Everyone dialed into the second half. The third quarter is coming up next here inside SaskTel Center.
Welcome back to SaskTel Center. After one half, Saskatchewan leads San Diego 6-2. Coming into this one, a big storyline was going to be how was the Rush's three-headed monster of Keenan, Mans, and Church going to perform? They've been the be-all and end-all for Saskatchewan offensively this year. Church leading the way with 94 points. Keenan, a career-best 82, including 30 goals. And Zach Mans, the newcomer in Saskatchewan, 74 points, 32 goals. And I can tell you right now, of those first 6 goals, Zach Mans in on 3 of them. He had 2 himself with 1 assist. Off the score sheet are Church and Keenan so far. Dodd's 2 assists. He's having himself a game getting back into the lineup. Westberg, 1 goal, the opener. He averages 5 points per game against Saskatchewan in the last couple seasons. See if he gets that going. And of course, our goaltenders, both sharp in Chris Origlieri and Frank Chiliano, each nearing 20 saves after the first half.
Trevor Baptiste, Mike Messenger at the strike. Quarter number 3 is underway. Trevor Baptiste now 8 face-off wins on the day. Mike Messenger 2 for 7 so far. Seals wearing their road whites, purple shoulders, gold trim. Rush wearing their Rush Reimagined jerseys. For every child matters nights. Sharp green threads. New logo designed by Andre Armstrong. White shoulders and black trim. Dobie across for Burke. Opened the scoring in this game. 38 goals on the season. Trying to hit Wardle. Ball got knocked down by Messenger, who now runs into a double team. Then it's the outlet for Keegan Bell. Bell scored already in this one. Drops it for Mans. Rush half speed, and Zach Mans throws those hats. Zach Mans gets on the board in quarter number 3.
The third member of the three-headed monster has 3. I got to do that twice in this game. Zach Mans coming off the bench in transition. I love this, sending Mans out quick, and he keeps up the pace here. Looked like Bell and the rest of the guys wanted to push the pace of transition. Mans recognizes that, waits till he gets a moment, same thing. We talked about so much in this game that if you're gonna beat Origlieri, you're gonna have to be moving when you shoot. That Zach Mans has received that memo and executed again. 35th of the season, hat-trick goal tonight.
So, I'm lucky enough to be around the team. We do the road games on 92.9 The Bull as well. And one of the things Derek Keenan was saying on the last road trip to Zach Mans and a couple others was just let it fly. You guys can shoot the ball so hard. Just let it go. As Baptiste off the draw, stopped by Chiliano. But Derek Keenan, just so calm, so cool, so collected, is just like, hey, trust yourself.
When he came back to be co-coach with Jimmy Quinlan, we talked to a lot of the guys, and that's the number one thing they said, the calming presence of Derek Keenan. You don't normally associate old school coach with calming presence, but that's Derek Keenan to a T, the Zen master.
Here's Robert Church now, wrong side of the road, outside, Triolo, spin back. Almost buzzes the tower of Chris Origlieri. Keenan stops it from being an over and back, but the shot clock had expired.
He had a little bit of mustard on that one. You're going to hear that one up here. Triolo absolutely stepping into that shot.
We both ducked. We ducked.
We did.
Broadcast booth. That was going low to high with extra hot sauce. Dobie now, his pass got knocked down, but a cross-checking call is coming as Austin Stotts got his stick up high on Bobby Kidd III.
San Diego 83, 2 minutes legal cross check.
Power play presented by RS Breakers and Controls. Rely on RS Breakers and Controls to find all the right electrical supplies to meet your needs.
And that is enough to make the San Diego coaching staff go insane. You never want to see them take a penalty on the offensive side of half, especially early in the shot clock like that.
Multiple penalties this game, 200 feet away from their nets. Mans up top. Different power play look now for Saskatchewan. Mans, short side, scores. Zach Mans paints the top corner green, and the Rush have 8.
Why not put Zach Mans up top and let him shoot the kind of night he's having? You said it, Cody. You're around the team. Derek Keenan told him to let it rip, and let it rip he does. Waits for the 2 defenders. Merrill and Shumay converge on him, and he goes, all right, there's my screen. I see my spot. Origlieri a little deep in his goal, giving him the opportunity to go top corner, and Mans has 4, and the Rush on an 8-goal run.
First power play goal of the night for Saskatchewan. That San Diego penalty kill has been oh so good. And I don't think you can fault the penalty kill for that one. That's a shot where not many goalies in the NLL are stopping.
Yeah, that's a shot of a guy that's got 36 goals so far this year. Should hit 40 by the time it's all said and done.
Jake Govett now. 13 points for the Delaware alumni. Seals offense will run it through Leclerc. Trey Leclerc now does it on the shot clock. Back over to Govett. Got the one-timer off. And Chiliano Big stop, Isaac Enju with the loose ball.
Enju, the awareness too to get up and jump as he looked like he was going to run through the crease there.
Ryan Keenan with it. Far side of the floor. Wanted to pass it. Now he hits Church. No goals for Robert Church yet. Keenan's inside. Origlieri denies him with the right arm. Zach Mans. 4 goals in this contest already. Nathaniel Kazevnikov around Kyle Rubisch. Back to Mans. Mans, Triolo, Keenan backdoor scores. The quick stick for the captain, and the Rush have 9.
Keenan ran a play there to get away from Kyle Rubisch. Kyle Rubisch ended up on the wrong side of the floor, wrong side of the road. He has been a blanket, a warm, comfy blanket on Ryan Keenan this game. Keenan sheds the blanket that is known as Kyle Rubisch and finds himself wide open, backdoor on a broken play. Origlieri had no chance there as Keenan buries, and he's on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. 31st of the year as he continues to raise his career high even higher as this one goes on.
Bobby Kidd III steps in the draw against Baptiste. Ryan Keenan, he's got a career high in goals with 31 this season. Down for Doby, one-on-one with Bell. Doby, short side, had a little bit of room, bounced this one high. That looked like it went off the netting, but must have hit the glass softly as it stays in play. Messenger up for Barnable. It's Church. Church now thought about a give and go. And good defense there by Danny Logan. Great first step to get back and cover Barnable. Here's Clark Walter with it now. Finds Church, right back to Walter. Walter with 1 in quarter number 2. Kazevnikov for Dots. Keenan now trying to go 5-hole. Origlieri with the save, and he pulls back the rebound. Jacob Dunbar, the Serid product. Righty standing just under 6 feet tall. Finds Leclerc, former Buckeye. Back to Wardle. Wardle now far side, scores. Chris Wardle has his second in Seal Purple.
And the run ends at 9 goals, and San Diego needed that badly. Chris Wardle, you brought him over at the trade deadline to do things like that. The Victoria product, his 10th of the year. Takes advantage of a little bit of chaos there as a couple guys got, you look at Enju again, overcommits a little bit. He gives him a chance to create a screen with Jarrett Smith and beats Frank Chiliano. And that is San Diego's first goal in over 30 minutes of play, Cody Jansen.
Well, and you can see the changes they made to their offense from first half to second half as Messenger and Baptiste battle for the loose ball. A large part, credit Jordan Hall, right? Like, yes. I mean, bringing in him and Cam Woods as their assistants, Hall obviously on the O side. It's one of those things where I feel like they're adjusting, dare I say, a little better than last season. I don't want, anyone's toes to the fire, but this Seals team this year has been one of the more impressive lineups as Trey Leclerc now bounces one high. Messenger will just sit on it as with 10:08 to go in quarter number 3. We are approaching that next media timeout.
And let's not forget, they've done a lot of this offensively without Curtis Dixon this year. He's been hurt for most of the season, Cody.
Patrick Dodds down for Robert Church. Back for Mans. Mans trying to go low. Origlieri trying to get it behind him, and it's in. 5 for the Victoria ball. Zach Mans gives the Rush double digits.
Last year, Clark Walter had 5 against San Diego. This year, it's Zach Mans' turn as he goes betwixt the pantaloons, going low on Origlieri. He gets a little bit of space, the old low to low, and just lets it fly. The goaltender was in the right position, but Mans just shot it harder than his stick could handle, and it goes in the legs, and we've got a goaltending change, Cody.
Mike Poulin comes in. Well, people who saw 2017 would be familiar with him, the Kitchener product. He's faced 4 shots this year. He made 4 stops in those 3 minutes and 38 seconds.
Riglieri still has his bucket on down at the bench. I'm assuming this is just going to be a quick one here, not a permanent pull for the young goaltender.
Here goes Jake Boudreau over to Garland. Holden Garland trying to get a twister on goal. Boudreau's got the loose ball. Bradley pushes him back. Pass over to Church was over his head. And now Church will have to chase down Trey Leclerc. Bobbled it for a second. Now he settles it down.
Change of plans, Cody. Origlieri's helmet is off, and he's on door duty. Looks like this is Mikey Poulin's game.
Trevor Baptiste, a little stay in play for the American. Dane Dobbie now. Wardle trying to open up some space. Messenger pushed off of him. Leclerc, bouncer. Save made by Chiliano, and he falls onto it as well. Rush do have Barnable up the floor. But Chiliano takes the easy outlet, finds Isaac Enju, the pilot student. 2 goals, 6 assists on the year. Down to Zach Mans. Mans a one-on-one with Rubish. Mans for Kazevnikov. Down to Church. Back over to Mans. Call coming, and Mans was stepping into one. If that doesn't get blown down, he almost threw himself to the turf. But we're at a media timeout. Rush up by 7 on Co-op Field.
Get game day ready and shop your favorite team's jerseys and merchandise. Head to nllstore.ca to get all your National Lacrosse League and team gear today.
So the Seals will go to the power play, presented by RS Breakers and Controls. Rely on RS Breakers and Controls to find all the right electrical supplies to meet your needs after the roughing call. A little too violent for Clark Walter. He's always in the mix, so crosses the line, and the 3rd best power play in the league gets to work here, Cody.
57% on the season. Burke hits Stotts. Behind the net's Dane Dobbie. Lethal dual threat. Leclerc now stepped down, punched away by Chiliano. Reset comes as Berg has the loose ball. Leclerc gives it right back to him. Righty strong look here. Berg for Stotts. Slow it down and he'll call his play. Berg, Dobbie, 5-hole, scores! Dane Dobbie on the power play, and the Seals have 4.
Dobbie had an in-tight look right before the first half expired, and he was unable to come up with it. This time, he gets in tight, finds his spot, and Dobbie goes short side on Frank Chiliano, and the Seals have back-to-back goals. You can just see what makes them so good. As you're just calling out the names on that power play, Cody, it's like, who do you even try to stop here? Dobbie's the one with the open look, and a man who had 17 points in 3 games against the Rush last season has his 23rd of the season coming on the power play here this evening. San Diego's gotten back-to-back, and they are now 2 for 3 on the power play. Pardon me, 1 for 3.
Dobbie's got a goal and an assist here as Austin Stotts has 3 apples this evening. San Diego, another face-off win thanks to Trevor Baptiste. Up top, it's Wes Burke for Dobbie. Doby feeling it, driving. Giuliano denies him.
And that's not what you want to see as a Rush fan. Doby starting to get into it. As you said, starting to feel it, starting to bury his chances. If he gets on a heater here, this game's going to be a lot closer in a big hurry.
Ryan Keenan now. Got around Logan to the middle. Shot goes wide of Poulin. Keenan got dumped. Loose balls on the ground. Mans trying to battle for it, and Danny Logan will get there.
Does look like it's Poulin's game to take from here as Origlieri is on the bench. Poulin still in after the commercial timeout.
Dunbar. Over to Stotts, far side. That got blocked by, I believe that hit Keegan Bell, and they reset the shot clock, though.
Yeah, certainly.
Seals get a gift. Here's Dunbar driving inside, and he scores. Off the defender reset. Dunbar makes some pay, and the lead's down to 5.
I think it came off the helmet of Adam Jay. You could even see Jay up adjusting his helmet on that one, Cody, after it went off of it. You can see here on the replay, this came after the ball went off of Adam Jay's head and they got the reset. Just a great play, driving towards the goal, beating Bell a little bit to the outside, that being Jacob Dunbar, the Surrey product of great goals. He goes airborne, and responding to the end of the 9-goal run is the Seals with their own 3-goal run here.
2-goal run. They've scored 3 of the last 4.
Ah, yes.
Baptiste, the scoop off the draw. Bobby Kidd the third on the back check, flips one over. Doby trying to go up high, and Giuliano stands tall. Now Barnable, track down, still has it, flips it. Andrew inside, just wide. It's going to stay in though. Jared Smith has the loose ball. Barnable's up top, 2-time NCAA champion with RIT. Clark Walter, Port Coquitlam products. One-on-one with Rubish. Walter on the roll, scores! Double it up, Clark Walter has his 19th of the season.
We've both said it before, Cody. Bouncers will go. That's exactly what Walter does to welcome Mike Poulin to the game, and a huge goal to put the boots down on any momentum that San Diego had started to gather. This is a Rush team that has been vulnerable to exactly that, letting the other team go on their own extended run, especially late in games. But Clark Walter doing his part to keep the lead at 6 goals here.
Big response for Saskatchewan, who, as you said, you need it. When you look at the bench across from you and all the firepower they have, that's as good as it gets. Trevor Baptiste has it off the face-off. Again, Poulin between the pipes for San Diego, a championship in 2017 with Georgia and a championship loss in 2014 with Calgary. Inside, Brody Merrill playing a little offense, and Adam Jay lowers the boom on Wardle.
And Merrill goes and puts Jay in the sleeper hold, but why? That was a clean hit and a great hit by the young Adam Jay.
Keegan Bell over to Boudreau. Ball's on the turf, and Boudreau just can't get to it.
Rush bench is absolutely fired up after Adam Jay lays the boom.
Dunbar on the roll, lets it go. It's just wide of the short side. Up again, Dunbar. Water bug out there, flying all over the place, has it. Leclerc back for Govett. 5 on the shot clock. Govett, Doby lets it go, and Giuliano got it with the stick. Wardle's off the bench. As 1 for San Diego. Doby crease dive, and they'll say he touched down.
And
got in, and I don't think the Rush are happy. Doby went inside. We'll see. There might be a call coming up here. I guess we'll get to it when we come back. Here's the hit by Adam Jay. Clip it. 11-5, Rush leads.
Welcome back. During the break, the red challenge flag came out after the Dane Dobbie goal was waved off. That one coming out pretty decisively from the San Diego bench, and the heat starting to rise between those two benches. We get a second look now at Dane Dobbie going airborne. Waiting to see if his foot touches down. It does appear so. Pretty cut and dry on that one. We're usually pretty bad at this, Cody, but I think maybe some
I have trust you get that one right.
Yeah, this no goal is going to stand. That's especially one where you're heading into a TV timeout that normally coaching staffs have the opportunity to pull that up on a tablet or something like that. A little surprised how decisively that challenge flag went out with how cut and dry that was that his foot was down. So we're going to get the official call here. This one, pretty simple, but we're having another conversation.
Maybe some technical difficulties. Or was there a penalty? I believe they tried to call a penalty on Dobbie originally. And now I think that's where they are going to trot him over to the sin bin.
That is exactly what's happening.
There you get a look at Frank Scigliano as well. I find this really, we're goaltenders at heart.
Yeah.
Frank Scigliano, Mike Poulin. Well, who was Scigliano's mentor when he came into the league in 2012? The guy 200 feet away from him, and Mike Poulin. Those two played together for 7 seasons in Calgary with the Roughnecks. And there you get a look at Dane Dobbie going to the sin bin as the Rush are going to the RS Breakers and Controls power play.
And I like this call here, Cody. You can't drive into the opposing goalie like that. You can't go low on him. So this is pretty cut and dry. I know you're trying to score, but you still can't redirect yourself at a guy's lower body. That's how injuries happen. And I like this call by our officiating crew because that's going to take the temperature down a bit. Between the J hit and Dobbie going at Scigliano, it's starting to get a little spicy in here.
And Barnable did step into Dobbie a little bit. I still think it's your line towards the goaltender. That's what you want to get rid of because you got to protect the goalies. If you're not going to protect the goalies, you're not doing your job.
Prior to the media break, San Diego threw a challenge flag challenging the no-goal call on the field. After review, the shooter's left foot touches down to the crease before he releases the ball. Therefore, we have no goal. After the play, San Diego number 44 has a 2-minute slashing minor. We're going to play 5-on-4.
That's an essay right there.
San
Give the
Diego's
rest
been charged
for
with their
memorizing
second
all of that. It ain't an easy job being a broadcaster in the stripes in this league, taking the show. As the Rush are going to the power play. 1 goal in the man advantage came out the stick of Zach Mans in this contest.
And one Clark Walter power play adjacent just as the penalty expired.
Lefty strong look. Mans up top again. Little flip back for Keenan. Kyle Rubisch all over him. Knew exactly where the Rush wanted to go. Mans though, loose ball. Little backhand shovel for Walter. 20 on the shot clock. Rush are going to settle it down. Defender had lost his stick. Mans a low to high. Zips one. We could hear that from up here. Poulin got a shoulder on it. Scigliano's got the loose ball. Brody Merrill grabs the weapon.
Mans looking for the sock trick there, and a bad bounce if you're a Rush fan. That going all the way down as Merrill didn't have his stick.
Keenan for Mans up top. Ryan Keenan on the roll. Likes what he sees. Till he makes the save. Two of them played together in the against each other in the 2017 championship here. Keenan down low. Dodds with the quick stick. Couldn't let it go. Passes it up top for Church. Church now breaking ankles out there. Hits Mans low far side. That goes wide. Robert Church back over to Mans. Keenan's up top. Down low. Dodds back for Mans. It's behind him. 2 to shoot. Fadeaway on goal. Poulin makes the stop.
A lot of sizzle on that one, too. Poulin had to stand strong. Good job maintaining focus there for the veteran goaltender.
He's been good since coming in for San Diego. 3 saves on 4 shots. Govitz up top. San Diego shorthanded for the next 25 seconds. Pass over to Wes Berg. That goes off a defender. No reset given this time.
Friendly fire, I think that went off of Trey Leclerc. I think it hit him right in the numbers.
Robert Church on the logo. Less than 3 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Rush need a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Church waiting for Dobbie to get out of the sin bin. Church down for Dodds. Patrick Dodds across the mats. 5 on the shot clock. Let it go short side. Poulen's got it, and he's looking for the outlet. Dane Dobbie stayed on the floor. A little fake change. Went to the O zone. Jacob Dunbar has one already in this third quarter. Down for Dobbie. Fresh legs as he just sat for 2. Dobbie, little fake, flips it inside. Ball got deflected. Behind the net, Duncan taps. Chiliano's got to be sharp and in the crease, so he gets swooped by McClelland.
Chris Wardle attempting the dunk attempt. He's got 1 so far for the team tonight. Chiliano able to read it. I probably got some words from his defender, let him know what was coming. Stands tall, stands up, makes the big save.
Clark Walter on hat-trick watch. Outside, Robert Church. Defended by Rubin. Former teammates, 3-time champions in rush sweaters. Church, little spin back, across the floor. Mans had a quick stick opportunity. It ends up on the turf. And running the other way is Graydon Bradley. 3 goals already this season. Bradley denied by Chiliano.
That one appeared to get caught in Chiliano's pads. I wasn't really sure where that one went. Went off his leg pads and up into his pantaloons, if you will. He finally gets a reset there when he's on top of it.
Triolo flies by Merrill, and he drops it back for Kazevnikov. Keenan now, one-on-one, spin move down low. Ryan Keenan to the net, misses. Kazevnikov, ball got popped free by Merrill, and it ends up right in the stick of Ryan Keenan. Takes a chop in the back of the helmet. Hands it out for Clark Walter. Less than a minute to go now. Quarter number 3. Robert Church, the 5th forward on the floor. Kazevnikov and Dodds are the other righties. Keenan back for Dodds. Bounces through. Church. Keenan low to low. Poulet had it. Took a quick look behind him. And now Church called down. Robert Church is going to draw a penalty. Dodds had the loose ball, and he kicks it up for Keenan. Now if you're the Rush, you're going to go 6-on-5, but you want to walk this one down here. You're going to get the power play. You don't score. So you might as well eat some time off the clock while you got the extra body on the turf.
And a 6-goal lead, too.
Keenan and Church are up top. Triolo and Mans are in the shooter spots. Church, that Poulet going the wrong way, trying to pull it short side. Now Church is going to have some words for Sykes. And Triolo steps in as well. Kazevnikov. Well, it'll continue. It's a physical battle. We talked about the history between Pat Merrill and Jimmy Quinlan. Well, look who's sparking the benches. It's the 2 of them that went at it for years with the Battle of Alberta.
San Diego number 12, 2 minutes holding.
Power play, it's presented by RS Breakers and Controls.
You can see.
And now an unsportsmanlike call on Brody Merrill, who was running his mouth for the past 20 seconds. The ref had had enough.
San Diego penalty, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct.
I don't get what you're upset about. I mean, the penalty to Sykes, he basically gave him the RKO. Like, that was as clear as day a hold. Up around the guy's head, you drag him down. Might as well have laid on top and give the 3 count.
Rush have one more chance here. Dodge, short side, got stopped, whipped it back. And Mans won't get a shot off. He just gets a slash from Shoemake for good measure. Oh, these 2 teams do not like each other, but we love the action. Saskatchewan up 11-5 on San Diego at the break, heading into quarter number 4.
Welcome back. 11-5. The Saskatchewan Rush lead the San Diego Seals. Lots of excitement here. Saskatchewan going for 5 in the third quarter after 3 each there, after a shutout, too, of San Diego. But San Diego coming off the mat, the old 2 count, with 3 of their own in the third quarter. A good point to watch as the Saskatchewan Rush have been known to collapse late this season. One of the goal scorers on this evening has really been a great story for the Rush, that being Keegan Bell, the Port Coquitlam product. Started on the bench to start the year, in the press box. He was the healthy scratch for the first few games, found his way into the lineup. He was upset when he was taken out of it, and he was told, earn your spot, and he's done exactly that. 2 points tonight. Fun fact, first time he's scored a goal in his NLL career against a team that wasn't his former team. Previous goals against Calgary and Vancouver, Cody Jansen.
Bingo right there, and per our friend Cooper Perkins over at Lax Metrics, it's a little shocking. The Rush actually held San Diego quiet in that second quarter because San Diego is one of the highest scoring teams in the second quarter this season with 54 goals in that second frame. And they're one of the slowest third quarter teams, but they scored 3 on Frank Chiliano. We're at an interesting point here, but the Rush are on the power play. Robert Church up top. Zach Mann stepped down. It's off the post. Rebound, scooped by Triolo. Rush are 1 for 6 on the power play so far this evening. Keenan for Mans. It's Church. Church stepped down. Triolo's inside. Low shot goes wide. Mans has to corral it. 15 on the shot clock. Mans for Church. Church up top. Mans shooting gallery continues. Spoulin slows it down to the big blocker leg save. Mans on the restraining line. 5 in this one. For the captain, Ryan Keenan. Mans down low, Triolo crease dive, and he'll peel some more paint off the pipe. Ball on the ground, and the Seals will run it up the floor. Saskatchewan scored a 5-on-3 shorty already. The San Diego have one in them. Berg will try, it's pop ball, and Barnable has it. Jared Smith and Wes Berg were tussling for it, and Berg hits the turf, so it'll be Seals possession, and they'll essentially be able to eat the rest of this 5-on-3 clock off.
Rush now going to go with a double team here. When you're up 5-on-3, try to get the double on the guy with the ball because you're going to be able to close off the other 2 guys from being passing options.
Dunbar has it now. He'll throw this one down. Chiliano has it as Bobby Kidd III runs over Byrne. That's not going to get called a push. But the Rush are going to go the other way. 3-on-1. Keenan, big fake. Twister scores! The captain has his second. It's on the power play. And the Rush have a dozen.
You give Ryan Keenan that much time and space, he's going to bury, and that's what happened. That all started with the Bobby Kidd III hit 200 feet away. That creates a situation here where the Rush come in 3-on-1, and you got Mans on one side, Jared Smith on the other. Keenan is he's got his defender caught in the wash. There's not a lot that Danny Logan can do there. Keenan fakes the quick pass, goes Twister in on the goaltender, and he's got his second of the night. Does Ryan Keenan, the Rush captain, and the lead back up to 7 goals.
Messenger pokes one forward on Baptiste this time. He's down in the corner. Evades him behind the net, and the outlet goes to Boudreau. Back to even strength here. The Rush have 2 on the power play and 1 shorthanded in this game. Robert Church with it still. If I told you the Rush had a dozen and Robert Church had 0, you probably wouldn't believe me. But now Nathaniel Kazevnikov is going to get called on a cross-check as Brody Merrill wants to have a word with the youngster out of BC.
Yeah, pretty cut and dry. He got his stick up high on Baptiste, knocked his helmet clean off, and the veteran Merrill going over to have words with the youngster. Pretty cut and dry. Tries to make, you watch Baptiste coming in there, Kazevnikov trying to run the pick, but the stick gets up a bit and the helmet comes off. I believe the helmet comes off, looks like after he hit the ground, Cody.
Yeah, his helmet was definitely on at the start. And again, sometimes, it's how probably 3/4 of the guys wear their chin cups in the league, right? Like, let's be honest here.
Certainly. I mean, if that's done up tight, that thing's not coming off when he hits the ground. Is it a high?
The call on the floor is is a 5-minute major for a legal cross-check. The previous play is automatically reviewed.
Power play presented by RS Breakers and Controls. It is under review, though, and I think refs are starting to just call them 5s just because you're like, all right, then I get another look at it.
Well, honestly, Cody, in real time and real speed, that looked real cut and dry. Looked like he got his stick up high on him. Because if you're watching this without the benefit of slow-mo, it looks like he goes right into the chops of Baptiste and it comes off. But now with the beauty of slow-mo and the replay, you tell Baptiste...
And then you see the helmet come off.
He removes it himself. But you're right. In real time, you see the stick of Kuznetsov. That is a name I've always struggled with, and I apologize to his family, anybody else listening right now. But Kaz gets his stick up high. Definitely worth 2. Definitely a cross-check coming up high. I'm not going to disagree with that. But the 5, I think, again, you see it in real speed. Like there. You see him go down. He almost looks stunned. And then the helmet get taken off a few minutes later by Baptiste. I think when you see this in slow-mo, it's worth the 2. I'm not going to disagree with that at all. But I think if you let that run long enough to see him remove his own helmet, that's when you're really starting to get to the point. I think this should be 2 because, again, real speed, real time, it looked far worse than it does with the benefit of slow motion.
And of course, I don't need the review, right? Get the call correct. That's what the refs are there for, and they're going to use what is in their benefit here. Is San Diego going to the power play? We'll wait and hear if it's a 2 or a 5.
After review, the call in the field is upheld. We have a 5-minute major illegal cross-check.
San Diego, major turning point here as they have a chance to get back in the game with a major power play with 12:44 left to go in quarter number 4. You can't deny it was in the head.
No,
and
certainly.
you got to keep your hands down in that scenario. Seals to the power play. Berg up top. Stotts stakes it and scores. First of the game for Austin Stotts. It's on the power play, and it's 12-6.
And Stotts, just like a good villain would, turns around and said something to people in the front row here at SaskTel Center. He's fired up. I don't know if he had somebody specifically he's been jawing with, but you can see he turns around like he's a heel in a wrestling match and gives it to the crowd. But just, again, that San Diego power play is so dangerous. Who do you defend? It's one of those ultimate questions. Who do you defend? The guy's got 48 on the season. He's probably going to hit 50 this year. So many dangerous options. Now, just again, a reminder. They're not on the power play the entire time for the 5 minutes like you would see in hockey. They score again, it's back to 5-on-5, but Kaz has to stay in the box.
Westberg up top again. Down low, Dunbar, little fake. Back from Stotts. Berg up top, Dolby's in the corner. Stotts, one more, bounces this wide, and it's going to end up in his own bench. Brody Merrill caught that on the player's bench, and he'll leave it on the turf as the Rush shorthanded here for the next 4 minutes and 12 seconds still.
I think if you're the Rush, you want to keep this high. If there's a golden opportunity to go towards the net, go for it. But you're content with a 6-goal lead and a lot of penalty to kill to just keep this up high and burn to 30.
Rush have 10 shorthanded goals this season. Here's Ryan Keenan. Down for Zach Mance. 3 to shoot. Mance to the middle. Bouncer on goal. Poulin makes the save. And there you see the footwork of the Victoria boy, Zach Mance. Able to run himself out of problems. Westberg back for Stotts. Dolby down low. Now they will set up the power play. Thought they might try go quick there. Berg for Stotts. Room to shoot. Backdoor feed. And he's robbed by Chiliano. It's behind him. Someone call Sports Center. Frank Chiliano.
What a save. Flashes up the stick to keep the ball out of the back of the net. Stick save and a beauty, and wow. I thought that was in for sure, Janner.
Triolo's up top. Church and Walter are off the bench. Rush still shorthanded here on Co-op Field. The Saturday night in the National Lacrosse League. Nowhere you'd rather be. Clark Walter stopped by Poulin. He's going to airmail one up. Breakaway opportunity for Logan, and he puts it high and wide.
I mean, this is no offense to Danny Logan, but if there's a guy on the floor that you want in alone if you're the Rush, it's probably Danny Logan. Just 1 goal in the year in 8 games coming into this one.
Triolo, a spin down on Shoemake. Behind the net now, 15 seconds. Wisely doesn't take a bad shot there. Instead, he holds on to the rock a little bit longer. 2:22 left on this penalty kill. A major penalty called on Kozevnikov. Church as the shot clock's expiring, kicked out by Poulin.
Well, if you're the Rush, yes, you'd like to be 5-on-5 right now, but the ability to just kill time with a big lead isn't necessarily the worst thing. You know San Diego's not going to pressure you when you're shorthanded. You can just keep that ball up high and burn 30s.
Berg for Stotts. Behind the net's Doby. He'll keep it hot. Leclerc. Berg. Stotts. Back for Leclerc. Good ball movement here. Stotts will take it. Spiliano makes a save. Free ball for a second, and Stotts gets it away from Messenger. Dunbar behind X now. Berg down for Dunbar. Quick stick scores. Second power play goal on the major, and it's Jacob Dunbar, second of the game.
Well, you know, you give San Diego their great power play that much time, they're probably going to score twice. You almost have to accept that as an inevitability. As you watch here, Dunbar. The San Diego power play does such a good job of just slowly creeping in on you with that ball movement.
The penalized Saskatchewan player has to stay in the box until his time's up.
So yes, the Saskatchewan player will be coming out of the box there, but that San Diego power play just, the walls just seem to close in on you. They just move it around. You got so many talented guys. You can't go and pressure anybody. Next thing you know, you're either right in there, right in the crease almost.
Baptiste scores. 5-hole on Chiliano off the draw. It's Trevor Baptiste's third goal in his past 2 games, and the lead's down to 4.
Woke him up after taking the stick in the face that led to the 5-minute major. As I said, Cody, you knew you had to weather that storm. You were going to get probably scored on twice by San Diego. Now what you need to do, you need to calm it down. You're back to 5-on-5. You still have a 4-goal lead. Great play by Baptiste, just running down Main Street for his 3rd of the year. Underrated offensive skills on Baptiste. That's something he's got much better as he's played more and more NLL lacrosse.
The Denver alumni, as Adam J has the loose ball off the face-off. Another win for Mike Messenger here, who's going toe-to-toe with one of the league's best. Messenger's got a one-on-one if he wants. He'll drive inside. Mike Messenger trying to go airborne. He got around holding, but his shot outside. Gamble now up the floor, sets the pick. Govett takes the shot, and Chiliano makes the save on his former teammates. Jake Boudreau now as Dodds up the middle. Keenan's got it back for Dodds, and he was fading away and decides not to quick stick it. Don't hate that. Slow it down. Don't rush it if you're Jimmy Quinlan's offense. Here's Patrick Dodds up for Mans. Keenan inside. Dodds was there and couldn't handle the pass cleanly.
Well, the thing is, too, in transition right now, the Rush are keeping one man back until they know they're setting up offensively. So in transition, you got to be aware when you're running down the floor, you're only going to have 3 other bodies to pass to instead of all 4.
Doby to the middle. Hands it off for Burnt. Stotts to Doby. 6 on the shot clock. Doby, 1 fake, takes it on goal. Chiliano makes a save, but he jumps on the rebound as well as Austin Stotts has some words for Adam J. and Bobby Kidd III. It's heated out here, and we got a ball game. Saskatchewan up 12-8 on the Seals.
Sports fans are gearing up at NLLstore.ca, the official online store of the National Lacrosse League, and the largest assortment of officially licensed NLL fan gear anywhere, with unique one-of-a-kind designs, team jerseys, and much more. for every National Lacrosse League team. Don't wait. Shop now and get today's special offer. NLLstore.ca. A Fanatics experience.
Welcome back. Saskatchewan leading San Diego 12-8 in a must-win game for those folks wearing green here at SaskTel Center. The Rush, a balanced attack so far, but it's been led by Zach Vance. 5 goals, 2 assists. Ryan Keenan's got a pair of goals whenever he can get away from Kyle Rubisch. Dunbar, he's got the latest for the Seals to add another goal and a couple of assists. Chris Origlieri, he's been pulled from this one. 21 saves on the game. Frank Chiliano, he's been in for the entire time for the Rush, coming up with 36 saves. 7:45 left to go here. Rush net empty.
Well, they'll go 6-on-5 to get the ball in. Inside's Triolo, though, and it works. 6-on-5. And Mike Triolo has his first of the game.
Maybe some confusion for our viewers at home why they're doing that with an empty net. This is exactly why. You go 6-on-5, coming out of a break, knowing that you're going to get the ball down the floor in a hurry. That's exactly what Keenan does. He's got a man open. It's Triolo way down the floor, and he's got some time to go betwixt the legs of Mike Poulin and end the San Diego run here, putting up the 13th goal of the night. Triolo, an easy target to find. He's like 17 feet tall down there. Keenan, the awareness, and great job, too, by the Rush. San Diego was bringing all the pressure, knowing that net was open, knowing they needed a goal.
15th goal of the season for Mike Triolo. It's a career high for the man who's on his 3rd NLL team. 4th, I guess, if you count the team who drafted it. But Triolo buries. First of the game, Rush back up by 5. 7:15 left to go, quarter number 4. Cody James and John Fraser Speed Ahmad with you this evening from Sask Vegas. Robert Church now, no goals in this contest. Kicks it out for Keenan. Back to Dots on goal. Save made by Poulin. Brody Merrill now. Walks it up the floor, calls this play out, and then he lets Dane Doby go to work. Bobby Kidd III will defend Doby. Wes Burke around Barnable. Doby flips it. Stotts has it, and he's robbed by Chiliano. A 10-bell stop. Against his former team, Frank Chiliano is shutting the door. Robert Church now for Kazevnikov on the roll. Ticket on goal. Rebound. Church is robbed by Poulin.
Church still without a goal in this game, but the Rush up 13-8, Cody. You don't see that often. Church held off the score sheet and his team up.
Govett with it. Stotts up top. 5:55 to go. And the Seals down by a 5 spot. Burke spinning around. Inside dish for Leclerc. Almost a tip drill on goal. McClellan is going to have to grab it off the twine. Plenty of time left in lacrosse. We've seen a lot crazier. Because I know John Fraser's covered the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League where literally nothing is impossible. Mike Triolo has the last one for Saskatchewan. To the middle. Shot goes off the leg of Merrill. Shoemake with the loose ball. Dancer over to his teammates. Up the floor, it's Jesse Gamble. Gamble, low to low, stopped by Chiliano. Rebound, great defensive effort by Jarrett Smith to get back and deny Dane Doby of the rebound.
Yeah, that loose ball was sitting there for the taking, and you see Smith flying out of nowhere. Great defensive.
He's had himself a heck of a game.
Oh, yeah.
Best game of the year by Jared Smith that we've seen. Bar none.
Couldn't agree more.
Ryan Keenan with it now. Does it on the shot clock. Walter tossed down by Rubic. Keenan looking for something. 4 to shoot. He'll run right down Main Street. Bounces this one over the net. So look for Ryan Keenan. Used his feet, got himself to the middle. Wasn't able to bury it though. 13-8 Saskatchewan leads. Down the stretch we go in Saskatchewan.
Sports fans are gearing up at NLLstore.ca, the official online store of the National Lacrosse League, and the largest assortment of officially licensed NLL fan gear anywhere, with unique one-of-a-kind designs, team jerseys, and much more for every National Lacrosse League team. Don't wait. Shop now and get today's special offer. NLLstore.ca, a Fanatics experience.
RS Breakers and Controls, Canada's leader in new, use-tested, and obsolete circuit breakers, MCC buckets, bus plugs, and switches. We have everything you need to maintain your aging infrastructure, ensuring it operates as good as new. Our 24-hour emergency response gets you back up and running quickly, saving valuable time and money. Minimal generators or modifications needed, and like-for-like replacements mean no special inspections. Don't replace, repair your legacy equipment with RS.
Time now for tonight's Turning Point presented by Fanatics, and it's been the play of Frank Chiliano. Facing his former team, he's been incredible. 8 saves in the first, 14 in the second, 10 in the third, 6 so far in the fourth, and I can tell you about half of them have just been unbelievable 10-bell saves. He told us post-game last week he had this game circled on his calendar. He wanted this one so badly, not just because his team needed it, but for revenge for the team that dealt him, and he's been getting it so far tonight. Tonight's Turning Point presented by Fanatics, the play of Frank Chiliano.
Seals will have the ball. 4:39 left to go, quarter number 4 on Co-op Field. A thriller on a Saturday night. Saskatchewan playing for their playoff lives. San Diego happily in second. Stotts pushed down by Messenger behind the net for Galvin. That was over his head. Bergel drive, trying to go 5-hole. Chiliano denies him with the left pass. Jake Boudreau now, he'll run it up the floor. Scored a goal while on a 5-on-3 penalty kill in the second quarter. Yes, you heard that one correct. Here's Zach Batts. He's got a 5 spot under the goal column tonight. Robert Church, less than 4 to go now in regulation. Church on the roll. Down for Mans. Mans with it. Clark Walter was in the corner. Tried to pass it to him, and it bounces for Baptiste.
Mentioned Saskatchewan playing for their lives. San Diego comfortably in second. Not playing like it, though. They want this one. They want to score 5 times here and end the Rush's season effectively.
Here's Wardle. Berg's up top. Wes Berg. Cross for Doby. Doby push back. Now he's trying to shoot around a defender in Barnable. Frank Chiliano caught it in the upper shoulder.
Wes Berg, just the 1 goal tonight, does have the 3 assists. Similar to Robert Church, a bit of a broadcaster curse by us featuring those 2 gentlemen in the pregame show.
Ryan Keenan put him on hat-trick watch. Defended by Rubic. Those 2 teammates back in 2018. Church, little spin back on Holding. Up top, finds Keenan again, the captain. Don't get anything on goal, but more importantly, they 30 more seconds off the clock. Govett off the bench. Short side's gonna bounce this one up. Jared Smith flying back. 5th loose ball of the game for Jared Smith, who's also got a goal and an assist.
And now just a little behind the back pass, real casual to Holden Garland to kill another 30 seconds.
Holden Garland back on the logo. 2:20 to go here. Pass down for Mans. It's going to end up in the corner. Poulin has it. Chased down by Garland. Now he's going to throw a behind the back pass, and Gamble has it. Brody Merrill and Holden Garland having words. And now Merrill, the extra shot to the head's going to get called. Dunbar has it. Brody Merrill is still complaining about this one, but it's going to be going to the sin bin as he was 3 feet in front of the ref.
Yeah, you can't punch a guy in the face directly in front of the official. That's pretty cut and dry here. I get it. Garland's saying some stuff. He's making some noise. I get it. That's what he does. But in front of the official, shove the guy in the chest. Don't hit him in the face. And the fans are going wild here. I think Merrill just got a dime, just got a 10-minute misconduct or a game.
And Merrill's continuing to give it to Frank Chiliano as those two go out.
San Diego number 17, 2 minutes face mask, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike, and a 10-minute misconduct.
That's the end of Brody Merrill's ninth, and he can rack up 14 PIMs to put to his stat line so far this season since coming out of retirement. Power play brought to you by RS Breakers and Controls. And for Saskatchewan, the power play is more like keep away at this point.
Oh, certainly. But again, with Merrill, you're a veteran. You got to know if you're going to shove a guy making noise, do it in the chest. You're going to get away with that. You are. Give a guy a shove in the chest, no problem. Get up in the face, that's automatic, especially with everything. Even we as broadcasters watch this offseason saying, hey, face is bad, rightfully so. Concussions are bad, right? So Merrill just loses his cool here at the end and essentially sends a gift basket to the Rush here for a big win that they're going to need.
Rusher on the power play again. 2 goals on the man advantage, one from Ryan Keenan, one from Zach Mance. I'll hold it back here at about 10 on the shot clock. Down for Walter, 5 on the shot clock. Backdoor Triolo trying to go 5-hole on Poulin, and he uses the crossbar to keep it out. Now it's all cosmetic at this point. 80 seconds left to go. San Diego down by 5. Doby's up top. Not even going to pull Poulin here to go 5-on-5. Dunbar has it. Now Doby. Shot got soaked by Keegan Bell. Now their big game from the big man out of Port Coquitlam. 6'5" defender scores a goal in transition. Picks up an assist. Put him on a shot block list. Done a little bit of everything there.
Well, not bad for a guy that spent the first few games of this season in the press box. Really earned his way onto the roster, and now you're not removing him if you're Jimmy Quinlan and Derek Keenan.
Messenger and Boudreau are up top. Robert Church having some words with Jesse Gamble. Jake Boudreau let one go from reach, and the ball got scooped up by Cam Holding. Bouncer over to Dane Doby now. Is he going to hold this one up top? I think he will. A veteran of the league, he's seen this story a few times.
With this, Cody, Saskatchewan moving to 9th ahead of Calgary, just 1 spot back of the final postseason berth.
Leclerc, let one go. It'll bounce up for Enju, and that will do it. Still in the playoff hunt are the Saskatchewan Rush. Frank Chiliano, a phenomenal performance against his former team.
You knew it was coming, Coach. And I told this story. I didn't have time to tell the full story here on our broadcast. But we had Frank Chiliano with us on our post-game show on the radio. And he didn't exactly look thrilled to be with the two of us after a game, after they'd played a bunch of games in a row. And then as soon as you asked him about this game, he lit up. The energy came back. You could almost see the fire light in his eyes as soon as he thought about playing the team that traded him. And he stepped up tonight. He was amazing. Again, like, it just looks like another average, 40 save night for Chiliano. But you look at the number of those saves that were high danger, that were difficult chances, that were hard to get to. He was unbelievable. And it's crazy in a game where we have a guy that we're looking at right now that have 5 goals. We're talking about the goaltender. Zach Mans hangs a 5 spot. And Chiliano's performance tonight was that good that he's exactly what we're talking about. It's him and Tommy Stops give each other some love down there on the floor.
It's cool to see Kyle Rubisch go through the handshake line as well. A lot of hugs again. He won 3 championships here with the with the Rush. And yeah, I mean, it's an absolute battle. And these two teams, they don't like each other, but at the end of the day, it's Saskatchewan who is able to come on top. Frank Giuliano only allows 8 goals, and he was the absolute difference maker. He's standing by with Sabina Mon right now.
Frank, congratulations on your win. You must have had this game on your calendar circled. What was the mindset going in to protect the net against your former team?
Mindset is we had to win to stay alive, right? So, like I said a couple weeks ago, our backs are against the wall. Every game's a must-win here. So, whether it's against my old team or not, you know what? They were in our way tonight, and lucky we got the result.
Well, last question for you. How does it feel to win against your former team?
Yeah, for sure. It's nice, right? But like I said, it's more about us right now and trying to enjoy this. And, hey, we got one more. We got to try and clean up here. So we're going to do our best to get ready for next week and see what happens.
All right, congratulations again. Thanks, Frank. Cody?
The most humble Giuliano in the league right there. You know, that one felt pretty dang good. Saskatchewan picks up the win over the San Diego Seals. Frank Giuliano, his first game against his former team. Zach Mans, a massive night on Co-op Field. 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points. Robert Church had 3 apples. Ryan Keenan, a couple of goals. Clark Walter, a couple of goals, and it was the transition that made the difference. For myself, Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Sabina Mon, and everyone back in the trunk making the production possible. Enjoy your night. Saskatchewan still in the playoff hunt, and we'll talk to you on Saturday.